All right, welcome back. Heart has no limit. Lesson 7. I love this lesson. Each of these things stack one on top of the other. You're learning, you're growing, and all of these things connect in different ways. I've noticed you guys are talking about beliefs and identity and values. All of these things keep stacking and growing, and we zoom in on a specific part. We get clear on that. We zoom out to see how it all fits together. Lesson 7 is one of those big, like putting things together lessons. This is all about identity. This lesson is, I know who I am. When you know who you are, you get to define yourself and your life on your terms. Your story, as we've been talking about, it's not your surroundings. It's not what happens to you. As we go through this, you're going to learn how to talk about who you are well. What language do I use? What words do I use? We talked about how our values line us up with where we want to go. Where we want to go is our identity. It's our destiny. All that lays in front of us. And I want you to know, this is important. We talk about identity. We talk about destiny. Identity always comes first. When I know who I am, I know what to do, and I know what's in front of me. A lot of times people will tell you to dream big, have these huge dreams, visions. That is really important. Second, first, know who you are, know what you value, know what you believe. And when you do that, that's the foundation you can build your house on. So our identity is so much more than what's around us. Our identity is so much more than what people say about us. Our identity is who we are, no matter who's around us. Let me know. Have you ever felt this? Like when you're around a certain person, all of a sudden you feel this pull like, oh, I should act kind of different because of who they are, what they do, who this person is. Anything that pulls us out of our identity like that is probably telling us something. You don't have to be different for anybody. The funny thing is we think, oh, if I act different around this person, I'll try to do that to be more likable. How many people do you know that are like fake? And you're like, I like them because they're pretending to be something I like. No, we all know that's not true. But there's still this instinct. There's still this idea we have that trying to be something we're not somehow makes us more likable. At the end of the day, listen to this. You are the most likable version of you. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to fake it. You are likable when you are you. You are likable. That's a belief. Remember, we're talking about beliefs. We'll keep building that. We're going to keep, you are, who am I? I'm telling you, you are likable. You are the likable version of you. When you're the best you, people will like you. Maybe not everybody, but that's up to them. I mean, you're pretty great. Just take a minute and say, I'm great. I'm pretty great. Say that. You are pretty great. So when we say things about our identity, who we are, that means something. I'll give you an example. Someone says, oh, I'm a New Yorker. Or, I'm Cajun. When you're saying these things, that carries something. It's like, oh, that means something. I say this is who I am, and that means something. So, oh, that means I grew up in a certain neighborhood. I'm a certain way. I behave a certain way. I know these people like us do things like that. When we say this is who I am and put it about a group, that's what we're trying to tell people. So these are actually things outside of our identity. So it's okay to love where you come from. I love where I come from. But remember, you're more than that. You are who you are when no one is around. And you are who you are no matter who's around. So as we know, our identity is built of a couple things that we've already talked about. Our identity, who we are, is made up of what we believe, what we think, how we feel, what we value, what we desire. And I'm going to explain some of these things. That way it's easy to, when we say beliefs, I get what that means. So what is a belief? We talked about, hey, I believe this thing to be true. A belief is really something that we feel certain about. We talked about, I believe honesty is important. That's something I feel certain about. A belief is just saying, hey, I'm certain about this. An opinion is a thought or an idea that we kind of feel strongly about. So opinions might be common. Everyone says, I have an opinion about that. I don't like your shoes. I don't like your haircut. Oh, I love that jacket. Wow, that is a cool backpack. All those things, right? I'm a backpack guy, so I hope you like backpacks too. I hope you think my backpack is cool, is what I'm saying. So all these people have opinions. I don't like your haircut. Well, that's just an opinion. It's not a fact. Just because someone thinks something does not make it real or true for you. You don't have to agree with it. And I'm sure, let me know if you felt this. Not all opinions are worth sharing. If someone doesn't like somebody's shoes, it's like, you don't need to say that. It's really not important. You don't have to share all opinions, okay? I gave you permission for that. So values are what matters most to us and what is important to us. It's what we prioritize. Like, hey, I'm going to do this first. Some people call that non-negotiables. Like, I don't negotiate on that. This is important to me. Hey, moving my body in the morning is important to me. Family is important to me, so I spend time with my family. That's first. I put that first. You can't talk me out of it. That's what a value is. A desire is something that we want to achieve, that we want to have. It could be now. It could be in the future. It might be goals or dreams. Those are things we desire. Like, hey, that's a deep down thing that I want and need. Interests are what we enjoy doing. It's hobbies. It's kind of like a loose desire. It's like a less strong desire. Like, oh, are you interested in soccer? Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, drawing, kind of interesting to me. Video games, building things, whatever it is. So principles are the rules that we live by. For example, a principle would sound like, I live from honesty. I tell the truth. These are principles. It's a thing that I choose to do. So a lot of times those beliefs, those choices are make. So a lot of times those beliefs move us into choices, and we call that a principle. I value this, so this is what I'm going to do as a principle to get towards my value. So when you hear these words, a lot of times people like us talk about these sort of topics. Now you know what they all mean. Real quick, I want to cover the idea that there are safe and non-safe environments. And you have to choose and discern. You have to look at things and understand, hey, what is my next move with this? If it's a safe environment, I can try and explore new things. I can look at different things and I can try them out without fear. Sometimes you might notice this isn't really like a safe environment for me to go out and try new things. If I try to be the best version of me, people might not react well. And that's okay. Not every environment is perfectly safe for shining, and that's okay. So now that we've covered what beliefs are, opinions, values, desires, interests, principles, we know what those are. These are the things that we should think about most of the time. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is where I'm going. And this is who I am. This is what I believe. When we're talking about these things, even as we're saying those words, you feel like the positivity, the opportunity. Like I'm moving towards something good. I'm looking towards a new space. Things are good. I'm moving forward. If we were to talk about hurts and pains and trauma and all negative, bad things, that it pulls you down, like it lowers your energy. So again, we're in charge of our minds. We have the choice to look forward and look at these principles and our beliefs. And when we're putting that stuff as like, hey, I'm thinking about this stuff most of the time, you're building a strong identity. So it's one of the most common questions, like, who are you? What's your name? People try to get to know you. What I want you to focus on is the good things in your life. As you're building your identity, what are the good things in your life? And we're kind of moving on that theme of principles. How am I actually moving towards my values? We know that airplane analogy, our values align us up with where we're going, keep us on target. Principles are how we do that. And principles, when we're operating in our principles, we're operating in our strengths. So I want you to know and have confidence and feel certain, once you have that belief, about what your strengths are. So you might be asking, like, I kind of know some of them, but I never really thought about what are my strengths deeply. I want you to do that right now. Get out a piece of paper, and I want you to write down 5 to 10 things that you're proud of. Think of things that you've accomplished. Could be at school or in sports or working on a farm. Maybe you went away at summer camp and did some really cool stuff. Think about those things. What are moments where you stood up and were the best to you? Like, where did you shine? Write those down. Because when those moments happened, you were operating in your strength. You were operating from your principles of, hey, this is how I did my values. This is how I moved towards my values. Hey, my mom asked me to clean my room. I literally cleaned my room right away. Bro, I showed up big. I did the thing. I don't like cleaning my room, but I did it. Hey, I saw somebody that didn't have food at lunch. I just gave them some food. Like, I'm a giving kind of person. In my group at camp, I was actually the leader. In all the games, we won. We did great. We played hard. Or maybe it's, hey, we played with integrity. Like, we just did really well. I drew or painted like this beautiful piece of art, and I'm just really proud of it. I chose to be kind and walk away from a conflict. Someone tried to pull me down, and I didn't roll with them. Or maybe, hey, I was real quick to forgive somebody who made a mistake. That's a strength. That's a moment you can be proud of. So what I want you to do is think of what you did. So, hey, I followed through. I organized. I forgave. And you can get rid of like at camp. Because realize if you did it once at camp or you did it once at school, it's something that you actually are. It's something you do all the time. So if you've got the at camp piece or at work or with a friend on the playground, cross that off so you can just see the straight list of I achieved, I led, I was kind, I was encouraging, I create, I invent, I come up with cool ideas. That's who you are. When you see that list, realize that's what's true. So remember, I can agree with what someone else says or what happened or the past, or I can choose to agree with the truth. And when I agree with the truth, I am empowered. So look back and see all these things and see the full picture of your beliefs, your principles, your values, the choices you made, your opinions, your desires. And realize, like, this is who you are. Now, I know when we started lesson 1, we started with shame and guilt and some of these things. And sometimes life happens and that's what we remember. We think, oh, we can take that on as that's our identity. But I want you to look back at that moment and realize like, wow, I didn't even know how good of a person I was, like how capable I am, how strong I am. I like me. I'm good with me. I have self-worth. I'm proud of me. You can do that. I'm encouraging you to do that. So, good news is you can always choose to live up to that. You can always make a choice that, hey, this is who I am. So I'm going to choose to do those things. Each choice we make gives us a better future. It helps us become the best version of ourselves. I'm the best me when I make good choices. So I want to ask you, is this a situation right now where you need to make a choice about, hey, I know who I am now. I feel this. This is my identity. The reason I ask that is you have the power to decide and define who you are for yourself. Define, we all know what that means. It's like, what does this mean? Define, I get to give it definition. I get to put words to it. But definition also means detail. Like when you're looking at screens, like, oh, is this a 720 screen? Is this a 1080? Ooh, I want a screen with more definition. Why? I can see more. I can know more. Same thing with your identity. Think more deeply. Like you're probably saying, wow, we're really talking about these things a lot. We're really drilling down. It's like, that's right. The more detail you can see yourself in, the more you know yourself, the stronger you can be. The more real you can be. That's the authentic you. That is the true you and the real you. That's what other people love, other people want to be around. But more importantly, you can trust yourself. You can know, hey, this is me. I'm good with me. So back to that choice. Is there a choice you need to make? What values or principles do you need to consider? What values or principles do you need to think about and say, those are the ones that I'm going to do in this situation? Then all of a sudden, decisions become pretty easy, pretty clear, right? You can think back. When is a time in the past that, hey, I made a really good decision? I made a positive choice. When you made a good decision, how do you feel about it? How do you feel right now about it? What was the result? As you can see, we've kind of hit each of these parts. You are the combination of all these things. So I know we talked about a couple lessons ago, hey, when all these things overlap and come together and they get real clear, that's your superpower. Now look at it. You got a bunch of detail around this. You can see, oh, this is me. These are times in the past when I was the most me, and this is who I am right now. Like, I see it. Do you feel like that's your superpower? That's your purpose. That's your calling. That's what you're going towards. That's who you're becoming. Be excited about that. Are you excited about that? Do you feel excited? I feel excited. So what I want you to do, this is a fun exercise. Have fun with me here. You know your values, your beliefs, your principles. What I want you to do is draw out you as the superhero. So I know I just, oh, really? Draw a superhero? Yeah, draw a superhero. Have fun with this. This is the ideal version of you. Hey, this is my beliefs. Are you big? Are you tall? Strong? Do you have a cape? Some superheroes that wear masks and helmets and they have cool boots, and draw it out with it. Have fun. But while you're doing that, make it cool where it's like, wow, that's a cool costume. I totally dig that. But draw your values into it. I believe strength is important. Honesty. I believe protecting other people. I think character matters. I think, all those things. Being brave, being strong, being courageous. Whatever those things are, try to picture that and put that into your drawing. So if you want to, share that with a friend. Again, if you don't want to, just keep it for you. But have fun and show them like, hey, this is how this represents me. Like, I just wanted to share this with you. And then the next great step you can take, a good choice, is if you were a superhero, what would you draw? How does that relate to you? It's a great way to express yourself, to celebrate yourself, and to really just show others like, hey, this is who I am. So be proud of yourself. You've grown so much. You've learned a lot, but you've done a lot. So just step back and look at this drawing that you made and see, wow, things are changing. I'm changing. Be proud.